And then you guys can start thinking of some questions. Maybe one of your friends up here, you can kind of put them on the spot, the one question that they're going to stumble with. But we'll have some fun with this. And then again, when we're done, we'll have picture time up here as well. So we're going to start over on this side, and what I'd like to do is have each person, you don't have to stand up if you don't want to, go ahead and give us your name, again, mention the film that you represent, and then tell us what inspired you to get involved with this project. And then we'll just go down the line, okay?
So, hello everybody, my name is David. I made the film Petra. Well, I didn't make it myself, I made it with a lot of people, of course, but I directed it and I wrote it. And my inspiration for the film is a lady who came up to me at the coffee shop and tried to seduce me. And basically,
is she here tonight?
No, she is not. I am still, up until the day of today, very scared of her. So, no, but she's still out there. If you ever want to see her, go around Burbank area at a Starbucks there. You can find her. But that's basically, I was sitting there with a friend. I put that scene in the film as well. And that's where it all started. As soon as she walked away, I thought this is such a weird event that happened to me that I had to make a movie about it.
She didn't drive away in a pink Corvette, did she?
She didn't, no. Sometimes you have to make things more beautiful for the movie. A lot of it was true.
Okay, awesome. Good job.
I'm Jason Maloney. I did Soul. The reason that I got into making a film was that I did a year of at my school. I was in the Liberty North Korea chapter at my school, and so I was really involved in everything that was going on with human rights, and I wanted to get a better way of reaching out to people so that they better understood what we were trying to talk about, because a lot of people were just kind of not really knowing what was going on or really caring. So I did this, and yeah, that's about it.
I'm Mikael Sharafyan. I'm the costume designer of Disasteroid, directed by Jordan Kutney. Being a costume designer, so the inspiration was, of course, the director's vision that the director gave me, what was inspiring him. And with this project, of course, I was really privileged to design costumes from different time periods. So he gave me that opportunity to just bring everything to one film, and I think it was a dream for a designer to work on this kind of project. So I think, and basically the costume designer does makes the director's vision come true. So I hope I made it happen.
Awesome. Let them eat cake. Good job.
My name is Chris Saphire, and I was a producer and co-director of The Raven, also was the actor in The Raven. And the reason we picked this is because I think we've just loved horror for a long time in our lives. We've been making movies together for a long time, and I think it was just an opportunity to bring some new ideas to a story that has been told over and over again, and hopefully tell it in a new way and bring it to a new audience, and really just do something, get a project done, and that's the most fun part about it.
Absolutely. I'm Don Thiel. I also co-directed and shot and edited The Raven, and yeah, I think we both have always enjoyed Edgar Allan Poe's work, and I'm a big fan of 60s and 70s Italian horror and just genre films in general, and thought it would be fun to kind of play with something that is so old and updated, but not updated all the way. Still kind of give a bit of a historic feel to it, and yeah, just try and add to the conversation of a text that has such a rich history.
Fantastic. Let's go ahead and open it up to the audience. I know a couple of you are sitting there burning with desire to raise your hand first to ask the question. And the worst thing would be about tonight is if you walked out of here and you're like, oh, I should have asked that question. I was too shy. I was too scared. So we're all adults. We're all gonna have fun. Go ahead and ask away. So who would like to start? Yes, there you go.
For you guys, what was the time period that you picked exactly, and why?
December 1959. And I think we picked it because, well, I think it was post, you know, post World War II. We wanted to put him in a world where everyone else, I think, was kind of white picket fences and baby boomers, and he had lost, you know, his chance at that, and so I think that time period provided a good juxtaposition to what he was finding himself in, which is kind of an eternal damnation.
That summed it up pretty well. I don't think I can add to that.
Yes, sir, in the front row. Yes, your question? Okay, anybody else with a question? Sir, in the back? You're a little bit overwhelmed?
Well, actually, I got here late, so I missed a lot of movies.
So, again, this is the time, because after this, it's never more. You'll be able to ask a question.
I have a question.
Yes.
For Petra.
Perfect.
Did you guys shot locally or?
Yep.
Out of town? Okay.
No, we
And
shot
you said
it.
4 days production schedule.
Yeah.
That must have been a really.
Hell.
Yeah, I can imagine. How were you able to pull that off? The film has like a really large scope to it for, you know, such a tight time and I'm just assuming budget. But
Well, like I said 5 seconds ago, the best thing, like I am as a director, I'm very visual. I'm very good at making my shot list, and everything is very, you know, precise and everything. So I know as soon as I have my script exactly how I'm going to shoot it. But I mean, as soon as I get to set, I get very ambitious and very creative, and I want to do like a million other shots. So that's why I said, like, also thanks to my AD to being very bitchy and very making sure that we're on time.
She kept you in mind.
We got our shots. It was a good fight, but also a lot is like having a very good crew and a big crew, and you know, having, you know, everyone doing one job, not, you know, having a grip carrying lights and also doing transportation and making sure the catering's done. So basically, I would say the AD, good crew, and very good planning, knowing, you know, what we had to do and how we did it. But the difficult thing was the first day was we had 2 company moves, so we had to move twice on one day, and that was a really hard day. But in the end, it worked, and I think we really see it. But,
Oh yeah.
but it was hard, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm burning to ask a question, but let me give you guys one more chance real quick. Anybody?
I have a question.
Yes.
For Sold, what made you come to this subject matter, and did you, I mean, what kind of research did you do on everything?
Well, because I was working in the Liberty in North Korea group, I did a year's worth of research on it. I was originally planning on doing a different film, but then I decided to do this, kind of at the last minute. We shot it in 2.5 days. Well, basically, I went to Tufts, was the school I went to, and we're a really big international relations school. And luckily, we had one of the top international relations, or one of the top North Korea professionals there. So I was able to ask him some things. I went to a few seminars that he talked about North Korea about, and I did a lot of research, including some underground research that I did through different means on the internet.
Okay.
So I tried to get a really something really close to what would actually be going on.
And where did you shoot it?
I shot it in Chinatown in Boston.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's right.
We went to Emerson, so
Alright.
noticed
Cool.
a few of those.
Yeah.
But
Well, let's start on that end and work our way back. A lot of filmmakers are benefited by the answers in these film festivals as to what type of budget did you work with, and how did you go about raising capital for your project?
Well, I didn't raise the capital, so unfortunately, I can't speak to that part. But the budget was around $5,000, and no, but less than that. Okay,
much more.
Oh, okay. There we go. So I guess I'm not the person, but you know, the majority of it was just, you know, beg, borrowing, stealing. You know, you try and, you know, convince a friend A to work on this, and then, you know, get everybody. I don't know. You get enough people to believe in a project, and you can get it off the ground.
Yeah.
Any more accurate numbers?
The budget, yeah, the budget for this was 12,000, and 10 of that came out of just a bank loan. So yeah, I've
Yeah.
got some debt to work off.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like Donnie said. I mean, we got people who loved the project and who were friends with us to help us get camera equipment for free or for cheap, and you know, we kind of did the best we can with as little as we possibly could. The most expensive part of the whole thing was the Raven itself.
Oh, really?
And it was a really cool bird. It was laser point controlled and had 2 trainers that came along with it, and it was by far the largest expense in the piece. But
What was
but
the Raven's name again?
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Through Animal Actors, he also was in the Pirates of the Caribbean, which is a cool little thing. But yeah, they would just like shine a laser point wherever they wanted him to go, and he would fly there. But yeah, that's a little off topic now. But that's that's basically the budget was, you know, bare bones, but you know, it was a necessary thing to get it done.
It's probably a good thing that Tippi Hedren would be in the second block and not this block. She might have had a little flashback episode there. Very good. Sir?
And for my department, wardrobe department, the budget was $5,000, but I managed to use the $3,000. So I think the producers were happy about that.
Under budget, huh?
Yeah, under budget. So especially I had tons of costumes, you know, from different time periods, from hippies to, you know, Indian to like 18th century, 17th century, and but I managed to stay under budget.
Well, I did mine for a grand total of about $5. And that was because I bought donuts for my actors. So I did pretty much everything. I just ran out with a camera. And I mean, like, even the car that we had, I coordinated it so that it went with a pickup of like, it was a zip car, and we were using it for another club that night, and so I just took it from like midnight to 3 a.m. and went and shot most of it in Chinatown. So yeah, I had no budget. I had like negative budget.
Awesome.
Well, my budget for my film ended up to be somewhere around $8,000. Mostly I did fundraising through, what's it called? This is internet site. Kickstarter, thank you. So mostly I did through, you know, I started out through, you know, sending out friends to all back home, and, you know, trying to get people here. And I mean, that got me a good amount, but it didn't get me like the full. I think it got me like 20% or something, or 10%. So mostly it came out of you know, favors of friends, and especially, you know, my own money, and my parents who helped me out. And but what really got me to keep the budget quite low on this one was you know, working for other people in the business for free, and they helped me out. Then in the end, you know, so the DP helped me out, and gaffers, grips, everyone. So basically, in order to, you know, keep it still a little bit affordable, you know, help people for free, and then you get it in return.
Nice. Well, we do have we have just a few minutes where we can take some pictures. Is there anybody else with the last question that they want to ask? Okay. So thanks again so much for coming. Let's give these guys one more round of applause. Great job. Hopefully we'll see future works from you guys. Hopefully these projects will continue to do well for you, and look forward to hearing your names in bigger and better projects as you go forward in your careers. So great job, you guys. Again, pose for pictures right here. Remember to turn your cell phones back on, and thank you so much for attending today. Thank you very much.